Before the rainbow flag we know today, the LGBTQ+ community needed a symbol that was positive and full of hope. For a long time, a pink triangle was used, but this symbol had a very dark and painful history, as it was used by the Nazis to identify gay men in concentration camps. The community wanted something new, something that represented them not for their suffering, but for their pride, their diversity, and their future. They needed a symbol that could be flown high in the sky, a banner under which people from all walks of life could gather and feel a sense of belonging and unity. This desire for a fresh start and a powerful, uplifting emblem sparked a creative fire. The call for this new symbol was answered in 1978 by an artist and activist named Gilbert Baker. He was a vibrant figure in the San Francisco community and a friend of Harvey Milk, one of the first openly gay elected officials in the United States. Harvey Milk understood the power of symbols and knew that the community needed something of its own to rally behind. He challenged Gilbert Baker to create a flag, a symbol of pride for the gay community. Baker was inspired by the idea of a rainbow, a natural phenomenon known for its beauty and its spectrum of colors, representing the incredible diversity of the people within the LGBTQ+ community itself. Gilbert Baker believed that flags were powerful statements about identity and power. He saw how the American flag represented the nation and wanted to create something just as meaningful for his own community. He didn't just want to design a logo. He wanted to create a living symbol that people could make themselves, from sewing fabric together to drawing it with crayons. The idea was for it to be something that belonged to everyone. With the help of many volunteers, Baker hand-dyed and stitched together the very first Rainbow Pride flags, creating a powerful new icon that would soon be seen around the world, signaling a new era of visibility and celebration. The first public appearance of this new flag was at the San Francisco Gay Freedom Day Parade on June 25, 1978. When those two enormous, hand-stitched rainbow banners were unfurled and carried through the streets, it was a truly historic moment. The crowd was electrified by the sight of this bold, beautiful, and joyful symbol. It was a declaration that the LGBTQ+ community was here, that it was diverse, and that it would no longer hide in the shadows. This new flag was not just a piece of cloth, it was a promise of a brighter future, a symbol of life, and a powerful banner for the ongoing fight for equality and acceptance. The original Rainbow Pride flag, created by Gilbert Baker, was a beautiful sight, featuring 8 distinct stripes of color, more than the 6 we commonly see today. Each of these 8 colors was carefully chosen by Baker to represent a specific aspect of the community's life and spirit. He wanted every stripe to have a meaning, to tell a part of the story of what it meant to be part of this diverse group of people. The flag was a visual poem, with each color contributing a line. Starting from the top, the first stripe was a vibrant hot pink, which Baker designated to represent the concept of sex, a fundamental part of human identity and relationships that the community was fighting to have recognized and respected. Following the hot pink stripe was a bold red, a color universally understood to symbolize life itself. This stripe honored the life within every individual and the shared life of the community, celebrating survival and the spirit to live openly and authentically. Below the red came a bright orange, which stood for healing. This was a particularly poignant choice, as it acknowledged the pain and trauma that many in the community had endured, while also looking forward with hope toward a future of recovery, support, and wholeness. The fourth stripe was a sunny yellow, representing sunlight, a symbol of warmth, optimism, and the light of truth that shines when people are free to be themselves without fear. The bottom half of the flag continued this rich symbolism. The fifth stripe was a lush green, which stood for nature. This connected the LGBTQ+ community to the natural world, countering the false and harmful idea that their identities were unnatural. It was a declaration that love and identity, in all their forms, are a beautiful and inherent part of the world around us. Next came a brilliant turquoise stripe, which Gilbert Baker assigned to represent magic and art. This celebrated the immense creativity, artistic expression, and unique spirit that have always been powerful forces within the LGBTQ+ community, bringing beauty and wonder into the world. The final 2 stripes of the original 8-color flag were indigo and violet. The deep, calming indigo stripe was meant to represent serenity and harmony. It was a wish for peace, both within oneself and within the wider world, a peace that comes from acceptance and understanding. Finally, at the very bottom was a rich violet stripe, which stood for the spirit. This honored the resilient, unbreakable spirit of the LGBTQ+ people, their strength, their courage, and their profound sense of individual and collective identity. Together, these 8 colors created a comprehensive and deeply meaningful symbol that fully embraced the complexity and beauty of the community it was made to represent. While the original 8-stripe flag was a beautiful and meaningful creation, it soon faced some practical challenges that led to its modification. The first change happened not long after its debut. The top stripe, hot pink, was the first to go. This was not because its meaning was no longer important, but because of a simple issue with manufacturing. In the late 1970s, the fabric dye used to create that specific shade of hot pink was very difficult to find and expensive to produce in large quantities. As demand for the pride flag grew, manufacturers needed to be able to make them easily and affordably, and the hot pink fabric was a major obstacle. For the flag to become a widely available symbol, a change had to be made. With the removal of the hot pink stripe, the flag was left with 7 colors. However, another practical issue soon arose that would lead to a second change. Parade organizers wanted to decorate the parade route for the 1979 San Francisco Gay Freedom Day Parade by splitting the flag into 2 halves to hang vertically from the lampposts along the street. With 7 stripes, the flag could not be split evenly. One side would have 3 stripes and the other would have 4, which would look unbalanced and awkward. A symmetrical design was needed for this kind of public display, which was crucial for spreading the flag's visibility and message throughout the city. To solve this problem of symmetry, the parade committee made the decision to remove another stripe. The turquoise stripe, which represented magic and art, was taken out of the design. This left 6 stripes: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. At the same time, the indigo stripe was often replaced with a more standard and easily produced royal blue. This new 6-stripe version could be perfectly split into 2 sections of 3 stripes each, making it ideal for decorating the lampposts and for all sorts of other uses. It was a practical decision that helped the flag become the widespread symbol it is today. This 6-stripe version, red for life, orange for healing, yellow for sunlight, green for nature, blue for serenity or harmony, and violet for spirit, became the most recognized and widely used version of the rainbow pride flag around the world. While the original meanings of the lost stripes are an important part of the flag's history, the 6-stripe flag carried forward the core message of diversity and pride. Its simplicity and bold colors made it an incredibly powerful and easily recognizable symbol, allowing it to be adopted by LGBTQ+ communities and their allies globally, flying as a universal emblem of love, acceptance, and the ongoing fight for equal rights. As the rainbow pride flag became a universal symbol for the entire LGBTQ+ community, some smaller groups within that community felt the need for flags that represented their own specific identities and experiences. Visibility is incredibly important, and having a unique symbol can help a group feel seen and understood. In 1998, Michael Page created the bisexual pride flag for this very reason. He noticed that many bisexual people did not feel fully connected to the rainbow pride flag alone and wanted a symbol that spoke directly to their identity. He wanted to increase the visibility of bisexuals both within the broader society and within the LGBTQ+ community itself. The design of the bisexual pride flag is simple but deeply meaningful, using 3 colored stripes of different widths. The top stripe is a broad band of magenta or pink, which is 40% of the flag's height. This pink color is used to represent attraction to the same gender. It acknowledges the gay or lesbian aspect of a bisexual person's attraction. The bottom stripe is an equally broad band of royal blue, also taking up 40% of the flag. This blue color is used to represent attraction to different genders, acknowledging the straight aspect of a bisexual person's attraction. These 2 large stripes symbolize the 2 poles of attraction that define bisexuality. The most clever part of the flag's design is the thin stripe that runs through the middle, taking up the remaining 20% of the flag. This middle stripe is lavender or purple, and it is created by the visual overlap of the pink and blue colors above and below it. Michael Page explained that this purple stripe represents attraction to both genders. It is the beautiful and unique space where the 2 other types of attraction meet and blend, perfectly symbolizing the essence of bisexuality. The purple shows that bisexual people are not half gay and half straight, but a whole and complete identity of their own that encompasses both. The symbolism of the colors blending is a powerful metaphor for the bisexual experience. Page once wrote that the purple color blends unnoticeably into both the pink and the blue, just as bisexual people often blend unnoticeably into both gay and straight communities, sometimes feeling invisible in both. The flag, therefore, is a bold declaration of presence. It says that bisexual people are here, they are a distinct and valid part of the LGBTQ+ community, and their experiences of attraction are real and deserve to be celebrated. It has become a powerful symbol for bisexual people everywhere to rally behind and show their pride. Just 1 year after the bisexual pride flag was created, another important symbol was born. In 1999, an American transgender woman and activist named Monica Helms designed the transgender pride flag. She created it to be a visible and proud symbol for the transgender community, representing their journey, their identity, and their fight for recognition and rights. Like other specific pride flags, it was born from a desire for a symbol that spoke directly to the unique experiences of a particular group within the larger LGBTQ+ umbrella. Monica Helms debuted the flag at a pride parade in Phoenix, Arizona in 2000, and it has since been embraced by transgender people all over the world. The design of the transgender pride flag is very intentional and full of meaning. It consists of 5 horizontal stripes. The top and bottom stripes are a soft, light blue, a color traditionally associated with baby boys. The 2 stripes next to them, just inside the blue stripes, are a delicate light pink, the color traditionally associated with baby girls. These colors directly reference the conventional gender binary that society often imposes at birth. They acknowledge these traditional symbols but use them in a new way to build a message of inclusivity and transformation, representing both trans men and trans women within the community. The central stripe of the flag is white. Monica Helms explained that this white stripe has several important meanings. It represents people who are intersex, meaning they are born with physical traits that don't fit typical binary notions of male or female bodies. It also represents those who are in the process of transitioning, on their personal journey to align their gender expression with their gender identity. Finally, the white stripe also stands for those who have a neutral or undefined gender, such as people who identify as non-binary or genderqueer. The white stripe is the heart of the flag, symbolizing a space beyond the binary. One of the most brilliant aspects of the flag's design is its symmetry. Monica Helms designed it so that no matter which way you fly it, it is always correct. This is deeply symbolic. She said, "This is so that no matter which way you fly it, it is always correct, signifying us finding correctness in our lives." For many transgender people, the journey of transition is about finding that correctness, aligning their external world with their internal truth. The flag itself reflects this journey, offering a constant, unwavering symbol of validity and self-acceptance, a beautiful and powerful statement that there is no wrong way to be yourself. As awareness and understanding of the diversity within human identity continued to grow, another community sought a symbol to represent their unique experiences. The asexual pride flag was created in 2010 after a period of discussion and collaboration among members of the asexual community, primarily through online forums like the Asexual Visibility and Education Network, or AVEN. Unlike flags designed by a single person, this one was the result of a community-wide effort and a voting process, making it a true representation of a collective identity. The flag was created to increase awareness and understanding of asexuality, which is broadly defined as the lack of sexual attraction to others, or a low interest in sexual activity. The asexual pride flag consists of 4 horizontal stripes, each with a specific meaning that helps to explain the nuances of the asexual spectrum. The top stripe is black, and it represents asexuality itself, the complete lack of sexual attraction. This bold, definitive color provides a strong foundation for the flag's identity. It is a clear and unapologetic statement of what asexuality is at its core, creating a starting point for the rest of the spectrum that the flag is designed to represent. This stripe gives a name and a visual anchor to an identity that has long been misunderstood or overlooked entirely. The second stripe is gray. This gray stripe is incredibly important because it represents the gray area between asexuality and sexuality. It stands for gray asexuality and demisexuality. Gray asexual individuals are people who may experience sexual attraction very rarely, only under specific circumstances, or with a very low intensity. Demisexual individuals only experience sexual attraction after forming a strong emotional bond with someone. The gray stripe acknowledges that asexuality is not a simple on or off switch. It is a spectrum with many different experiences, and this stripe makes room for all of them, promoting a more inclusive and accurate understanding of the identity. The bottom two stripes are white and purple. The white stripe represents non-asexual partners and allies. This is a unique and wonderfully inclusive part of the flag's design. It acknowledges that asexual people can and do have meaningful, loving relationships with people who are not asexual, and it honors the partners and allies who support the asexual community. It sends a message of unity, and shows that asexuality does not mean isolation. Finally, the bottom stripe is purple. This purple stripe represents community. It is a symbol of the shared identity, solidarity, and support that asexual people find with one another, celebrating the vibrant community that has grown around this shared experience. In recent years, the conversation about pride and what it represents has continued to evolve, becoming more inclusive and more aware of the different struggles faced by various groups within the LGBTQ+ community. In 2018, a graphic designer named Daniel Quasar felt that the beloved six-stripe rainbow pride flag could be updated to better reflect this evolution. Quasar, who identifies as queer and non-binary, wanted to create a version of the flag that explicitly highlighted and honored the most marginalized members of the community. They felt it was crucial to visually represent the need for progress, and to place a special focus on trans people and LGBTQ+ people of color. The result of this vision was the Progress Pride flag. Quasar's design did not seek to replace the classic six-stripe rainbow, but to add to it. The design brilliantly incorporates the traditional rainbow flag and adds a chevron, a triangle or arrow shape along the hoist, which is the side of the flag next to the pole. This chevron is filled with new stripes of color and points to the right, which is the direction the flag flies. This arrow shape is highly symbolic, as it is meant to represent forward movement. It is a visual reminder that while much progress has been made, there is still much more work to be done to achieve full equality and inclusion for everyone. Quasar's design was a powerful statement about intersectionality, the idea that different aspects of a person's identity, like their race, gender identity, and sexual orientation, can overlap and create unique experiences of discrimination. By placing the new colors in a separate but connected shape, the design emphasizes that while these specific communities face unique challenges, they are still an integral part of the larger LGBTQ+ community. The Progress Pride flag became an instant hit, resonating with many people who felt it was a necessary and timely update that brought important issues to the forefront of the conversation. The flag serves as both a celebration and a call to action. It celebrates the diversity within the LGBTQ+ community while also reminding everyone that the fight for rights is not over, especially for those who are most vulnerable. It encourages people to not only celebrate Pride, but to also actively work toward a more inclusive future. The Progress Pride flag asks us to look at who is still being left behind and to center their voices and experiences in the ongoing movement for liberation. It is a powerful symbol that shows the community is capable of growing, learning, and adapting to become more welcoming for all. The chevron on Daniel Quasar's Progress Pride flag contains 5 new colors, each carrying a heavy and important meaning. The first 3 of these colors, light blue, light pink, and white, are taken directly from Monica Helms's transgender pride flag. By placing these colors prominently within the design, Quasar intentionally and explicitly brings the transgender community to the forefront. This was a deliberate act to show solidarity and to acknowledge that transgender people, particularly transgender women of color, face disproportionately high levels of violence, discrimination, and marginalization. Their inclusion is a declaration that trans rights are human rights and are central to the LGBTQ+ movement. The final 2 colors added to the chevron are brown and black stripes. These stripes were first introduced in 2017 on a version of the Pride flag flown by the city of Philadelphia to specifically represent black and brown LGBTQ+ people. Quasar included these colors in the Progress Pride flag to honor and highlight the foundational role that queer and trans people of color have played throughout the history of the LGBTQ+ rights movement. From the Stonewall Uprising to modern-day activism, People of color have been leaders and trailblazers, yet their contributions have often been overlooked, and they continue to face systemic racism both outside and sometimes within the LGBTQ+ community. The black stripe in the chevron also carries a second, deeply somber meaning. It was added to represent those who have been lost to the HIV and AIDS epidemic, and to honor those who are currently living with HIV and AIDS. This acknowledges the long and devastating history of the epidemic, which disproportionately affected the gay community, and it also serves as a reminder of the stigma that still surrounds the virus today. Including this color is an act of remembrance and a call for continued compassion, support, and advocacy for everyone affected by HIV and AIDS, ensuring that their struggles and their lives are never forgotten. Together, these 5 colors in the chevron create a powerful message of inclusion and remembrance. They act as a visual commitment to centering the experiences of marginalized communities. The Progress Pride flag with its chevron of change physically shows that the issues facing trans people, people of color, and those affected by HIV and AIDS are not separate from the broader LGBTQ+ movement, but are in fact at the very heart of its ongoing push for progress. The design urges the community and its allies to look forward and work together to build a future where every single member is safe, celebrated, and truly free. The journey from Gilbert Baker's original 8-stripe flag to Daniel Quasar's modern Progress Pride flag tells a beautiful story of growth, awareness, and an ever-expanding understanding of identity. Each flag, from the classic 6-stripe rainbow to the specific banners for bisexual, transgender, and asexual people, represents a chapter in the ongoing story of the LGBTQ+ community. These flags are much more than just colorful pieces of fabric. They are symbols of visibility for groups that have often been invisible. They are declarations of existence, statements of pride, and rallying points for people seeking connection and understanding in a world that has not always been welcoming. The creation of new flags does not diminish the power of the original rainbow. Instead, it adds to a rich and vibrant tapestry of identity. Just as the LGBTQ+ acronym has grown to include more letters and identities, the family of pride flags has expanded to ensure that more people can see themselves represented. This visual diversity is a reflection of the community's core strength, its incredible diversity. These flags show that the LGBTQ+ community is not one single entity, but a coalition of many different people with unique experiences, all united in the shared pursuit of love, acceptance, and equality for all. Today, when we see these flags flying high at parades, in front of homes, or on pins and stickers, they serve as powerful reminders of how far the community has come and how much work is still left to do. They start conversations, educate onlookers, and provide a sense of belonging for those who may feel alone. For a young person questioning their identity, seeing a flag that represents how they feel can be a life-changing moment of validation. It tells them that they are not alone, that there is a community for them, and that their identity is something to be celebrated, not hidden. Ultimately, the story of the Pride flags is a story of love, resilience, and the beautiful, messy, and wonderful process of a community learning to better understand and embrace all of its members. From the first hand-stitched rainbow in 1978 to the inclusive design of the Progress flag, these symbols chart a course of hope. They show that progress is possible and that by continuing to listen, learn, and lift each other up, the LGBTQ+ community and its allies can continue to build a future where everyone, in all their brilliant colors, can feel proud of who they are